Hey everybody, it is Jared Albrick, aka the Death Probe, with another I Finished It. We're going video game. We're talking Legend of Zelda, Ocarina or Ocarina, however you want to pronounce it. I think the technical pronunciation is Ocarina of Time, the Nintendo 64 game from 1998. What a great game. If you're a Legend of Zelda fan, this is one of those staple games. So, like I said, it came out in 98. This is the first time that Link had ever gone into the 3D world. They had always been sort of top-down or side-scroller adventures up to this point, always 2D-ish. This is their first truly 3D adventure, Nintendo 64, 1998. When I bought my Nintendo 64 back in 98, possibly I might have bought it in 99, I can't remember. I bought this game with it. I mean, this was like the killer app for the N64. This and GoldenEye were the two biggest ones. And the day I bought my N64, I bought this, Zelda, and I bought GoldenEye. And I also bought the Superman game for N64 because I thought it'd be cool to have a superhero game. That might have been a misstep. That's one of the most disappointing games amongst the gaming community in a long time. But we're here to talk about Ocarina of Time, Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda. I've been replaying the old Zelda games because my 6-year-old son really likes Link, Zelda. He likes all the games and he likes to watch me play through them. So I'm sort of doing a replay, as you might have known. I think I did, and I finished it for Twilight Princess. And so most recently, I finished this one again. So what are the highs and lows of, Ocarina of Time on the N64? I would definitely say it had a good nostalgic feel. It's still fun to play to this day. The transition to the 3D world was a good one. It's well designed for the most part. I'll go ahead and tell you the only low is, and they fixed it, I think, on the next game and from here on. One of the weird things that's annoying about it is, like, every time you capture a fairy, it tells you what a fairy does and how to use it every time. So, and so that gets a little old. It does that not just with fairies, but a couple things. Like every time you get one, it tells you what it is and how to use it. And you're like, okay, I got it. You keep telling me over and over again. And of course, your infamous fairy companion, Navi, listen, everybody knows Navi if you played this game. Navi's not as bad as I remember. I remember Navi just having sort of like that annoying voice, listen, and she's kind of a lot of times telling you things that you probably already figured out. It wasn't as bad as I remember, except for one thing. And that was like when Navi's trying to kind of help you know what area to go to next, she'll be like, listen, and so you click on it, and Navi's like, you should go to the desert next because so-and-so said to check out the desert. In and of itself, that's a great game mechanic to get you heading in the right direction. But I would be exploring the desert when she'd be like, listen. So I click the button and she's like, you should go to the desert and explore it. I'm like, we're in the desert. So that was a little off-putting, but a mild annoyance for a great game. The game world wasn't as big as I had remembered. It's actually a smaller universe than I had remembered. I mean, it's tiny when you compare it to something like modern Breath of the Wild, but great trip for nostalgia, great music, really solid leap from the 2D gaming to 3D gaming. A lot of fun, definitely worth going back and playing again. So yeah, this game gets a thumbs up. If you love Legend of Zelda, chances are you've played it and you know how good it is. So can't recommend it enough. The bugaboos were small, but just kind of fun to talk about. But overall, awesome game. Awesome way to bring us into the 3D world. Their next 3D game on the N64 would be Majora's Mask, which is my favorite one. Ooh, maybe we'll talk more about that later. But that's it on Zelda. Great game. Ocarina of Time. Can't recommend it enough. Really enjoyed my replay through it. Awesome stuff. Faking being froze now.